الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan, the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Today's topic is what Al-Quran says about the Book of Allah. In the Book of Allah, the Book of Allah means writing. The word book means Al-Kitab means the written one, and Quran means the reading. So this is the difference between the word Al-Kitab, the book, the written one, and the reading, Al-Quran, the reading. We'll see in the ayats what is the difference between Quran and Kitab. And remember, Quran means the reading, which includes understanding. The reading with understanding is Quran, and the Kitab is written one. We go to Surah Yunus 10, Ayah 37. وَمَا كَانَ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ, and this Al-Quran, the reading, أَن يُفْتَرَى مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ, is not that can be produced from other than Allah. وَلَكِنْ تَصْدِيقَ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, but it is a confirmation that is between his two hands. وَتَفْصِيلَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ min Rabbil Alameen. A detail of Al-Kitab, the book, no doubt in it, from the Lord of the world. So in this very ayah, if you note, وَمَا كَانَ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ, the word Quran has occurred, and further, وَتَفْصِيلَ الْكِتَابِ, the explanation, the detail of Al-Kitab. So the word Quran and Kitab has occurred in this verse. In this one verse, the word Quran means the reading which I am reading at the moment, specifically the reading of the book of Allah is Al-Quran. And when I read, then you understand, the understanding comes forward, the detail comes forward of what is written. That is Quran. And this Quran, وَلَكِنْ تَصْدِيقَ الَّذِي بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, it is a confirmation of what is in his two hands. Means you can confirm what I am reading from the written one. The ayats which are written, you can confirm. And if any book, this is not just with the book of Allah, any book which when we read, the understanding comes forward, the detail of what is written, we understand from it. If we don't read, we don't get the understanding. Even if we have the library of books in our house, if we don't read those books, the understanding and the detailed explanation doesn't come to us. And it is also when I'm reading, you are confirming from what is written. So if there is no reading, there is no understanding. So in this very verse, Surah Al-Yunus 10, verse 37, word Al-Quran and Al-Kitab has been explained the difference between the two words. Now we further see in Surah Al-Waqi'ah 56, again the word Quran and Kitab has occurred. In Surah Al-Waqi'ah 56, verse 77, 78, 79 and 80. Innahu la-Qur'anun Kareem, surely it is indeed an honorable Quran reading. Fi kitabim maknoon, in a hidden kitab writing. The Quran, the reading, is hidden in the writing, the book. La yamassuhu illa al-mutahharun, no one can touch it except the purified ones. Tanzilum min Rabbil Alameen, a revelation from the Lord of the worlds. So where I am reading from? From the book, the one which is written in front of me, the ayats. I am reading, and this reading is hidden in the writing, in the book, Al-Kitab. If you don't want to get guidance, and if you don't want to purify yourself, you cannot touch the understanding, this Quran, the message of Allah, the spirit and the essence, the understanding which is coming in from the reading of these very ayats. So it is a prerequisite that la yamassuhu illa al-mutahharun, no one can touch this Quran except the purified ones. So even Arabic speaking people do not understand the book. If they read, they do tilawat, they are reading the book, the Arabic, but they don't understand Allah until Allah reveals and the understanding comes forward. Now, how this book, the Kitabullah, the book of Allah, it contains Torah, the Gospel, and the beautiful Ahadith. We will see further. In Surah Al Imran 3, verse 7, هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب, He, Allah, is who has revealed Al-Kitab, the book over you. Who has revealed? Allah. هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب, He, Allah, is who has revealed Al-Kitab, the book over you. Minhu ayatum muhkamat, in it are muhkamat, governing ayats, signs. Hunna ummul kitabi, وَأُخَرُ مُتَشَابِهَاتٍ. They are the mother of Al-Kitab, the book, and others are mutashabihat, resembling ayats, the signs. So in this very portion of the ayah, which is pertaining to our topic, the muhkamat ayats, Allah is telling us in this book, the written one, in this book which is in my hand, the ayats which are governing. Let's say, for example, this portion of the ayats are the governing ayats, the muhkamat ayats, the ayats which contains the do's and the don'ts of Allah, the bylaws of Allah, and the rest of the ayats are the mutashabihat ayats. So, minhu ayatum muhkamat, the governing ayats, which are ordering us to do salah, psalm, fast, do hajj, give zakah, give justification, how to behave with the parents, and on and on. Those muhkamat governing ayats are the source, the foundation, the mother of Al-Kitab, the book. And these are revealed. The very simple example to understand it, I go back, هُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابِ. It is he who has revealed Al-Kitab. Meaning, say for example, if in this hall, right now we are having a lecture session, and somebody who is outside this hall, he has an imaginary presumption, an assumption about this hall, what's going on in it, and he will have his own conjecture. But once he comes and enters in the hall, he will have a real picture, the truth, the contents of this hall and what is going on is revealed to that person. Similarly, the revelation of Allah, when Allah, it says, هُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابِ. It is Allah who reveals Al-Kitab. In it are muhkamat ayats. We come to know, after Allah reveals, then we come to know the muhkamat ayats. What are muhkamat ayats? What is the Torah? And what are mutashabihat ayats? So these governing ayats, what are these ayats? Muhkamat ayats. We further go in Surah, next verse, Surah Al-Ma'idah 5, verse 43. The muhkamat ayats. وَكَيْفَ يُحَكِّمُونَكَ وَعِنْدَهُمُ التَّوْرَاةِ. And how can they govern you? And a Torah, the law, is near them. فِيهَا حُكْمُ اللَّهِ. In it is hukum, governance of Allah. ثُمَّ يَتَوَلَّوْنَ مِن بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ. Then after that, they turn away. وَمَا أُولَٰئِكَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And they are not with the believers. Now before we have seen Allah is saying the muhkamat ayats, and in this ayah Allah is telling us that they have the Torah. What is the Torah? In it, fiha hukum Allah. So all the governing ayats, the do's and the don'ts, all together are in the Torah. So the Torah is the law, and it contains, Allah is calling those ayats as the, or hukum of Allah, the law, the Torah, at-Torah. So the governance of Allah is in the book. We don't have to go to find out in Bible what is the Torah. Allah has revealed here what is the Torah, which is, we have seen, the mother and the source of the book, Al-Kitab. Now further, who revealed the Torah and who governs with the Torah? We will find out in Surah Al-Ma'idah 5, verse 44. Inna anzalna at-Tawrah. Surely we have revealed at-Torah, the law. Fiha hudam wa nur. In it is guidance and light. Yahkumu bihan nabiyyun alladhina aslamu. An-Nabiyun, the prophets, in plural, who submitted, govern with it. For those who are hadu. Alladhina aslamu lilladhina hadu warrabbaniyuna wal ahbar. Those who are hadu, lenient, Jews, and Rabbaniyun, the lords, and ahbar, the scholars, who govern with the Torah. بِمَسْتُحْفِزُوا مِنْ كِتَابِ اللَّهِ, with what they were made to seek to memorize, preserve from Kitab, the book of Allah. وَكَانُوا عَلَيْهِ شُهَدَاءَ, and they were witness over it. فَلَا تَخْشَوُا النَّاسَ وَاخْشَوْنِ, so you do not fear mankind and fear me. وَلَا تَشْتَرُوا بِآيَاتِي ثَمَنًا قَلِيلًا, and you do not purchase my ayat signs for a little price. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ, and whoever does not govern with what Allah has revealed, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ, so they are kafirun, rejectors. Now in this verse, Allah is saying, Inna anzalna Torah. It is we who has revealed a Torah, the law. Allah has revealed. So we don't have to go anywhere else to find out what the Torah is from the ancient manuscripts of Bible. The Nabiyun in plural, all the prophets, including Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they all governed with the Torah. In the book of Allah, this the same Torah, the book of Allah, which was governed by the prophets, is memorized in all times. بِمَسْتُحْفِزُوا مِنْ كِتَابِ اللَّهِ, and they were made to seek to memorize, preserve the book of Allah in all times. This Torah has been preserved and it is revealed by Allah, so we don't have to go anywhere else to find out and ask, because Allah has written it over us. Now where is this Torah written and what is in it? Further, it is explained in Surah Al-Ma'idah 5 verse 45. The contents, what is? وَكَتَبْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ فِيهَا أَنَّ النَّفْسَ بِالنَّفْسِ, and over them we have written in it that the soul is with the soul, وَالْعَيْنَ بِالْعَيْنِ, and the nose is with the nose, وَالْأَنْفَ بِالْأَنْفِ, and the ear is with the ear, وَالْأُذُنَ بِالْأُذُنِ, and the tooth is with the tooth, وَالسِّنَّ بِالسِّنِّ, so, and wounds, the tooth is with the tooth, وَالْجُرُوحَ قِصَاص, and the wounds are related. فَمَنْ تَصَدَّقَ بِهِ فَهُوَ كَفَّارَةُ اللَّهِ, so whoever gives charity with it, then that is a covering for him. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ, and who does not govern with what Allah has revealed, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ, then they are az-zalimun, the oppressors. In this verse, Allah is again saying, we have written, وَكَتَبْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ, Allah has written these laws, that if anyone kills my brother, I don't have to go and avenge and take a revenge and kill his brother. I have to just take compensation, the blood money. Similarly with other parts, body parts, if I am injured, my eye is hurt or my nose is hurt, I don't have to go and take revenge for that. Instead, I have to take a compensation, the blood money. So the peace is established and wounds are related. So this is not the law of Bible, which in Bible it says that an eye for an eye. It is not such that. It is clearly, it is telling us the Torah, what Allah has written is that we have to take compensation for any of the injuries or the blood money for any of the loss of life. So we don't have to go again in the Bible to find out what Torah is. Further, we'll find out what is Injil and who are the people of Injil. So remember, we are still coming from the verse Al Imran 3 verse 7, هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات. So we are still understanding the muhkamat, the governing ayats. And what is Injil? We'll see Surah Al-Ma'idah 5 verse 46. وَقَفَّيْنَا عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ بِعِيسَى بْنِ مَرْيَمَ, and we reigned the following over their effect with Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him. بِعِيسَى بْنِ مَرْيَمَ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ, and he is confirming the Torah, which is in between his two hands. وَآتَيْنَاهُ الْإِنْجِيلِ, and we gave him al-Injil, the good news. فِيهِ هُدًى وَنُورٌ, in it is guidance and light. In the Injil is guidance and light, and the Injil is confirming what is from the Torah. Again, وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَهُدًى وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And that is between his two hands. Again, it's confirming what is in between his two hands, and a guidance min at-Torah wa hudan wa mu'izatan lil muttaqin. It is a guidance and a sermon for muttaqin, those who guard. So the Torah we have established. Now the Injil is the sermon of the Muhkamat ayats. The Torah, that is the Injil, which was preached by Isa alayhi salam. And Injil confirms what is in the Torah, what is from the Torah. If you note in this very verse, it has occurred twice. مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ, that it is a confirmation of what is in his two hands from a Torah. Further again, in the same verse, it is repeated, وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ, that it is a confirmation from a Torah, the law, the hukum, the governance of Allah, containing all the governing ayats, that is in between his two hands. And it is the guidance and the light, not for the Jews and the Christians in Jerusalem, but for the muttaqeen people, those who want to guard themselves. So people of Injil, those, are we guiding our psyche? Are we the people of Injil? Further in Surah Maida 5, verse 47, Allah is telling us, وَلِيَحْكُمْ أَهْلُ الْإِنْجِيلِ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ. And Ahlul Injil, people of the good news, that is muttaqeen, those who guard, should govern with it. وَلِيَحْكُمْ أَهْلُ الْإِنْجِيلِ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ. They should govern with what Allah has revealed in it. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ. And whosoever does not govern with what Allah has revealed, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ, then they are the liberals. So we have come to know who are the people of the Injil. That if we take the liberty over the ayats of Allah, the Muhkamat ayats, the sermon of the Muhkamat ayats, then we are the liberals. So people of Ahlul Injil has to establish the Torah and what is in the book of Allah, the orders, the governance of Allah. Now we move on to the next type of verses which we have read earlier. وَأُخَرُ مُتَشَابِهَاتٍ. The others are the resembling ayats, the resembling ayats, the repeated ayats. In Surah Zumur 39 verse 23, Allahu nazzala ahsan al-hadith. Allah has revealed the most beautiful al-hadith, the event. Kitabam mutashabiham mathani, as a book, mutashabiha, resembling, repeating itself. Takhsha'iru minhu juludul ladhina yakhshawna rabbahum. Those who fear from their Lord, their skins shiver from it. Thumma talinu juluduhum wa qulubuhum ila dhikrillah. And their skins and their hearts soften towards the remembrance of Allah. ذَلِكَ هُدَى اللَّهِ يَهْدِي بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. That is the guidance of Allah. وَمَنْ يُضْلِلِ اللَّهُ وَمَا لَهُ مِنْ هَادٍ. And to whom Allah leaves astray, so for him there is no guide. So now we have come to know what are those mutashabihat ayat. Allah is telling us the best, the most beautiful events, the ahadith, the narrations of all the prophets combined, about Musa alayhi salam, about Ibrahim alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, Yunus alayhi salam, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the creation of Adam, the creation of the universe. All those are the beautiful ahadith which are mentioned in this book of Allah. And we don't have to go to any man-written ahadith or the books or the events which people are writing. because Allah has revealed this most beautiful hadith, and which is the condition after of this hadith. When we read these narrations, the narrations, the events of the prophets, it can be, the similitude can be understood very easily. When we watch a movie, an event during the movie, there is an emotional scene, there is a scene of anger. According to those scenes, the situations, we react and our emotions changes. We are so engrossed by those feelings which are not even true in the movies. And when we read this book, the Ahsan al-Hadith of Allah, nothing is happening to us. And Allah is reminding us that تَقْشَعِرُّ مِنْهُ جُلُودَ الَّذِينَ يَخْشَوْنَ رَبَّهُمْ ثُمَّ تَلِينُ جُلُودُهُمْ وَقُلُوبُهُمْ إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. Then their skins and their hearts soften towards the remembrance of Allah. And that is the guidance from Allah. So these are not just stories, these are the facts of all the messengers for our guidance. Now I conclude the lecture with the last ayah. Which book will be placed on the day of judgment? In Az-Zumur 39, Surah 69 and verse 70. وَأَشْرَقَتُ الْأَرْضُ بِنُورِ رَبِّهَا, and the earth shined with the light of its Lord. وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابِ, and the book Al-Kitab has been placed. وَجِيءَ بِالنَّبِيِّينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ, and with an-nabiyyin, the prophets, and ash-shuhada, the witnesses have been brought forward. وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ, and the matter has been ended between them with the truth, and they will not be oppressed. وَوُفِّيَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يَفْعَلُونَ, and every nafs, soul, psyche has been given in full to what he did, and he knows best with what they do. Again, the same book Al-Kitab, and here if you see وَوُضِيَ Al-Kitab, and the Nabiyun is in plural. So the same book Al-Kitab in singular with the messengers in plural will be placed on the day of judgment, which is a proof that this was the only book from day one, from the beginning of mankind. The same book will be placed. Allah is not unjust, because it is easy to understand if we are in the schools and colleges, we are reading a textbook. A lecture is given on the textbook, and we try to understand the same textbook. And during the examination session, the examination, the marks are given basis on how close we have given the answer to our textbook. So similarly, we have to do the same on the day of judgment. Allah will ask how close we were to His book, to the Torah, for the judgment. And Allah is saying, وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَهُمْ لَا يَظْلَمُونَ, and the matter has been ended between them with the truth, and they will not be oppressed. So with this, I end the talk. Surah Al-Hadid 57, verse 3. هُوَ الْأَوَّلُ وَالْآخِرُ وَالظَّاهِرُ وَالْبَاطِنُ وَهُوَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. He, Allah, is the first and the last, and the obvious and the hidden, and He is knowledgeable with everything. Surah Al-Baqarah 2, verse 186. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي أَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. And when my servant asks you about me, so surely I am near. Ujibu da'wat ad-da'i idha da'an. I answer the call of the caller when he calls. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. Then they should seek answers, response for me and believe with me that they may become sober. Surah Al-Baqarah 2, verse 128. رَبَّنَا وَجْعَلْنَا مُسْلِمَيْنِ لَكَ. O our Lord, make both of us Muslims, submitter for you. وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِنَا أُمَّةً مُسْلِمَةً لَكَ. And from our offsprings, Muslim submitter nation for you. وَآرِنَا مَنَاسِكَنَا وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا. And show both of us our places of reclusion, that is Mina, Muzdalfa, Arafat. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ. And turn to us, surely you are the returning, the merciful. Surah Shura 26, verse 78, 79, 80, 81 and 82. الَّذِي خَلَقَنِي فَهُوَ يَهْدِينِ. He who created me, then he guides me. وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينِ. And he who gives me to eat and drink. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ. And when I am sick, then he cures, heals me. وَالَّذِي يُمِيتُنِي ثُمَّ يُحْيِينِ. And he will give me death, then he will give me life. وَالَّذِي أَطْمَعُ أَن يَغْفِرَ لِي خَطِيَّتِي يَوْمَ الدِّينِ. And whom I hope, wish that he will forgive for my faults, mistakes on the day of judgment. Surah Al-Anbiya 21, verse 83. وَأَيُّوبَ إِذْ نَادَى رَبَّهُ أَنِّي مَسَّنِيَ الضُّرُّ وَأَنْتَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. And Ayub, when he called his Lord, that distress has touched me, and you are most merciful of those who are merciful. Surah As-Safat 37, verse 180, 181 and 182. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Glory to your Lord, Lord of the honor, from what they describe. Wassalamun ala al-mursaleen. And salam, peace over the messengers. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. And the praise is for Allah, Lord of the worlds. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات هن أم الكتاب وأخر متشابهات فأما الذين في قلوبهم زيغ فيتبعون ما تشابه منه ابتغاء الفتنة وابتغاء تأويله وما يعلم تأويله إلا الله والراسخون في العلم يقولون آمنا به كل من عند ربنا وما يذكر إلا أولو الألباب. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. وكيف يحكمونك وعندهم التوراة فيها حكم الله ثم يتولون من بعد ذلك وما أولئك بالمؤمنين إنا أنزلنا التوراة فيها هدى ونور يحكم بها النبيون الذين أسلموا للذين هادوا والربانيون والأحبار بما استحفظوا من كتاب الله وكانوا عليه شهداء فلا تخشوا الناس واخشون ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك هم الكافرون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.